Ever since I went through a depression when I was in high school, I've pretty much been a positive person because not being positive and not figuring out how to find the silver lining almost took me out when I was young. And I always felt like looking at things from a positive perspective was a good thing, but I didn't always understand how to do that. And then when I was doing community building work in Los Angeles, I encountered a philosophy called asset-based community development. And it's a philosophy that comes from the Asset-Based Community Development Institute, run out of Northwestern University. And their philosophy is that you have a choice. If you're looking at a glass and it's halfway full, you can look at it as half full, or you can look at it as half empty, because both things are true. However, there's nothing for you in the empty half. You can't make a life out of what you can't do and what you are not. You can only make a life out of who you are and what you can do. And that when you focus on your assets, the things that you do well, your gifts and talents, you thrive. And when I encountered this philosophy, it clicked for me. I was like, exactly, that is exactly how I've always felt, and just didn't have the right words for it. The way that the Asset-Based Community Development Institute talks about gifts and talents is also extremely revolutionary to me. They don't think of a gift or a talent as something that you win an award for or that somebody else says you're good at. Gifts and talents are the things that you love to do. The things that when you do them, you lose track of time. Hours go by and you haven't even noticed it. And that you have gifts and talents. Everyone has gifts and talents. And the more that you align your life with your gifts and talents, the happier you will be. The more that you look at yourself as half full and you focus on the things that you do well and you praise yourself for your efforts and for the things that you do well instead of criticizing yourself for whatever it is that you think you might be able to be doing better at. Because you can always build from a solid foundation, but if you're tearing yourself down and you're focusing on what you can't do, you're not going to be able to build on top of that. That's not something that you can grow from. If you're nourishing what you can do, you're encouraging yourself with what you can do, you're building your life around what you can do, you can always learn new things. You can always add more to that. And you're coming from a place of positivity and support and love for yourself. That's how I like to start my week, by really focusing on my assets, focusing on the assets of my children, and thinking about how we'll bring those forth in this next week. So I hope you have a great week.